Today, we're going to discover the Power 9 of creatures in Magic the Gathering. So, first 30 minutes, we're going to look up candidates to be the Power 9 of creatures, and then we're going to have chat vote the next 30 minutes to determine the Power 9, limited down to 9 cards, 9 creatures that are the most powerful in Magic the Gathering. All right, my first candidate here is going to be Ragavan Nimble Pilferer. I think this is going to be a card on everyone's watch list. It is a pretty good card. Not pretty good. This is an amazing card in competitive play and also is a very strong staple in Commander. There's always somebody open in Commander. Just attack them. Go get them. You make extra treasure tokens and also you get value because you can take the cards from the top of their deck. So I nominate Ragavan Nimble Pilferer. I don't remember how I did this, and of course we've got the esteemed Emperor Palpatine with us today because, well, we're going to be doing some voting. There's going to be a little democracy on the second half of this show. All right, what do we got here? Abzo nominates Griselbrand. Very powerful card. Arguably one of the best combo cards. Starting to, like, compete with Atraxa for some reason, but I don't know why, because if you put the Griselbrand on the battlefield, you will draw you can draw like 14 cards. You don't just get 7 like you might get with Atraxa. You can draw at least 14 cards with this card when it hits the battlefield and just go off and win the game. Not to mention it's a pretty damn good win condition by itself because it's a 7/7 flyer. Of course, you're never going to cast this thing for it. Has anyone ever cast Griselbrand for mana? Nobody does that. That's not the fun way of doing it. I mean, I guess unless you got like Cabal Coffers and, I don't know, Urborg at the same time. But in my opinion, not really, not the cool way of winning with Griselbrand. All right, so Griselbrand, you have been nominated. Next, what do we got here? PM wants to nominate Deathrite Shaman. A card that has been banned in the competitive formats because it is a 1-mana planeswalker. What do we mean by that? It's a 1/2 creature for no reason. It should just be a 1/1 like all the other elves. There's a bit of history behind this. There was like a lot of lingering souls hate at the time that Deathrite Shaman came out, so they gave it an extra toughness so that it could survive the lingering souls hate. And unfortunately, it survived all the other hate in Magic the Gathering and ended up being too good. Anyway, tap, exile target land card from a graveyard, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Oh, yeah, just one more thing. Like, they tried to keep it alive so that it could see play in Standard. I mean, it saw barely any play. It did see some play, but really it saw play everywhere else in Modern, Legacy. I think maybe Vintage. So it's got the ability black, tap, exile target instant or sorcery card from a graveyard. People lose life. The opponents lose life. Or pay a green, tap, exile creatures from graveyards, and you gain 2 life. So great way of winning the game. It's like a shock on a stick. You gain life, you remove, it's mana ramp, and it's graveyard hate. All at the low cost of 1 mana that can be played for black or green. Deathrite Shaman, you have been nominated. We want a part of the Power 9. Kurt Ape, get out of here. No trolling here. It's got to be a little reasonable. Like Ego-ish. Monastery Swiftspear, I can get behind. If there's a red deck, there's Monastery Swiftspear. In fact, I think this Hold on, let's get here. Monastery Swiftspear. I want the old Swiftspear. That's okay. We can have the new Swiftspear. A red 1/2 with haste and prowess. If there's a red deck, you're gonna see Monastery Swiftspear in it. Almost. If it's mono red. Okay, there's a mono red deck, this is the poster child of mono red. Because it's got haste and has prowess, so it's throwing the lightning bolts, it gets bigger. It's really hard to block this creature. You're not going to be blocking that thing with Ragavan. Ragavan's going to be like, no. You can just go right through. Right this way, Swiftspear. Be my guest. Be at home. All right, we got Monastery Swiftspear. Did I spell that right? That's okay. I don't need to spell right. I'm a YouTuber. We got Liquid Soulfly says prime time. So Primeval Titan. Not only one of the key win conditions in competitive formats, also a huge bane in the casual formats, because when Primeval Titan hits the battlefield, everyone wants to control Primeval Titan. It's a really deceptive card. It's a massive, it's 6 mana, but it's worth the tutor because you look for 2 lands from your library. You put them into play. You put them directly into play. I've said this a million times. Tutors in general are broken. And this is a tutor that tutors out 2 cards and puts them directly onto the battlefield. Oh, and not to mention, it's also a 6/6 trampler in its own right. Boulder with the super chat. Okay, rules. If you super chat, I will put the card in nomination, but I cannot guarantee that it's going to survive the voting rounds. So we'll put Delver of Secrets on this list. A little bit of a dated card, but still sees play in Legacy, and it has been a top tier card in basically any mana efficient tempo deck for as long as it's been printed. It's a card that developed its own archetype based around it. The 1/1 creature that at the beginning of your upkeep you can reveal an instant or sorcery card, and shabam, you got a 3/2 flyer. One of the most mana-efficient 1-drops in the history of Magic. All right, we go put, Primeval Titan and Delver. What do we got? What do we got next, my coffee crew? Ooh, this is a new one. This is a little bit new. Archon of Cruelty, but it's already made a very lasting impression on Magic the Gathering. So, insane mana cost of 8 mana. Not impossible. Now that card has been hard cast against me before. Flying 6/6. When the Archon of Cruelty enters the battlefield or attacks, target opponent sacks a creature or planeswalker, discards a card, and loses 3 life. You draw a card and you gain 3 life. Now, it doesn't... You know, it honestly doesn't win immediately when it hits the battlefield, but it basically does. Like, it basically does. I can't remember many times where an Archon of Cruelty hits the battlefield and I won. Usually it just hits the battlefield and I'm doomed. So, alright, we're going to put Archon of Cruelty. Archon! What do we got next? We got Scott, the Dark Knight. Need Kiki Jiki for the Gobos. Kiki Jiki, one of the most quintessential combo pieces. And you notice how when a card becomes so popular, so iconic, they usually give you a sequel. They made Fable of the Mirror Breaker. That card never would have seen the light of day if Kiki Jiki wasn't so popular in its own right. So the red 2 generic 2/2 creature with haste. Tap, create a token that's a copy of target non-legendary creature you control. That token has haste, sack it at the beginning of the next end step. So if you blink something that can untap Kiki Jiki, or if you can make a copy of something that can blink the Kiki Jiki so they can do this thing all over again, you have infinite creatures and you can attack your opponent for the win. Milo with Hogak. We are 11 minutes into this stream. Sorry, 8 minutes into this stream, and you're the first person to mention this. Or you're the first person I've noticed. Hogak. I need some... There we go. That's how dangerous Hogak is. It needs its own theme song, its own entrance music. It's an 8/8 that you can't spend mana to cast this spell. You see that? It costs 7 mana in Golgari, and you can't spend mana. But you can Convoke and Delve it into play, so each creature you tap while casting the spell pays for 1, and each card you exile from your graveyard will also help pay for 1. You can cast Hogak from your graveyard and as trample. So kill it all you want, it will do nothing, it will be back. I would be so curious to see how this card develops in Modern, like in today. It would still be great, but it will not survive like the Solitudes of today. Like, Solitude is pretty big business in my opinion. So anyway, yeah, hold on, we could put Kiki Jiki on this list, and Hogak. We got ourselves a Hogak, people. All right, what next we got? Marcelo with the super chat. Protein Hulk. Oh, Protein Hulk. Now, interesting card. Only useful if you're using it with Flash. The whole point is if you play it with Flash, it will die instantly because you don't intend on paying its casting cost. And then you search your library for any number of cards with total converted mana cost 6 or less, put them onto the battlefield, and shuffle your library. And there's a billion different combinations of creature combos. We were just talking about how Primeval Titan's so broken because you're tutoring into play. Well, that's exactly what this card does. Tutors creatures directly into play. I think the most modern, maybe the most commander-ish win condition is you go get Spellseeker and Wild Cantor and a Thassa's Oracle. That's 6 mana cost. You use Spellseeker to go get Demonic Consultation and then use the Wild Cantor to sack it, pay for Demonic Consultation, exile your library, and win the game with Thassa's Oracle. All right, we got Protein Hulk. What a Hulk. What is a Protein Hulk? It's a beast? What is going on here? Michael Jones with a big one. Emrakul, the Ion's Torn. It's interesting. It's been, I was there for Rise of the Eldrazi, and there has not since then been a bigger, better creature than Emrakul. Like, this is the creature, right? This is the creature of all creatures at the moment, in terms of, like, something big and enormous that just devastates the entire game. Emrakul just means something when you say it. If you just yell Emrakul in a room full of people, at least Magic players, they can feel the threatening danger. So the 15/15 that can't be countered, by the way, it costs 15 mana. It's worth the casting cost. After you cast this spell, take an extra turn after this one. Flying, protection from spells that are 1 or more colors. Annihilator 6. And whenever Emrakul the Ion's Torn is put into the graveyard from anywhere, its owner shuffles their graveyard into their library. This card is like it's like a win condition by itself. You can cheat it in play with like sneak attack, show and tell. There are some means of like casting it through cheating, or you develop a bunch of mana to cast this, get an extra turn, obliterate your opponent. Some people just like having it in the sideboard to side in versus the mill decks. And when Emrakul hits the graveyard, you just shuffle everything back into your deck, and they're like completely screwed. Basically, this is a mill player's worst nightmare. Emrakul gets on the list. The Emrakul. Big Mama. All right, what now? We have Can't Even Fly. Thank you very much for the super chat. Can we count Solitude as the whole incarnation cycle? Nah, I don't think we can do that. You got to pick and choose one. You got to pick and choose one. And I think not all the incarnations. I mean, if you ask me, like, Grief, not Power 9 worthy. Like, good card, but not Power 9 worthy, in my opinion. So the white 3 generic 3/2 flash lifelinker enters the battlefield, exile up to one other target creature. That creature's controller gains life equal to its power. Evoke, exile a white card from your hand. And that evoke is exactly what I think makes it onto this list, because it is effectively the force of will for white. And I think a lot of the big threats that you need to deal with in today's, like, modern Magic the Gathering world, whether it be for Commander or Modern or Legacy, is you got to deal with the creatures. So, Solitude going to make the list. It is easily the best of all the incarnations. Fury not too bad either. Fury not too bad either. Yo, little Ted. Progenitus. That's getting voted off. Who plays this card? All right, I'll put it on. You know, I got a bunch of Grand Prix promos of this thing. I was so disappointed. I was like, God, I got so many of them. I still have them. They're worthless. They're absolutely worthless. Stream it. No! We don't have music? Hold on. We're going to have music in a second. Ah, man, I knew I forgot something. You know, it takes so long to get this whole thing set up with the chat and so on. I got a really jank setup going on here. Just forgot about something. All right, Mudit Johar with Thassa's Oracle. I don't blame you. This has actually built a huge reputation as like the iconic win condition of the combo decks. The blue 1/3. When Thassa's Oracle enters the battlefield, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your devotion to blue. Put one of them on top of your library and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. But the sweet spot is if X is greater than or equal to the number of cards in your library, you win the game. So you basically exile, the game is exile your library, slam this creature onto the battlefield, and basically have a cheesy win. You cheese them out over there. It's very, very cheesy. Thassa's Oracle definitely belongs here. Thassa's Oracle. All right, the music is just in time for our sponsors. Can we still see this very well? FusionGamingOnline.com. Wow, it's like mini Fusion Gaming Online. I've never squished the browser this far. Deal of the week. Save 15% off all Kamigawa, Neon Dynasty singles and sealed product. Hey, don't leave that channel. We're still gonna look at Power 9 cards. And if you want to get a discount, don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases. Get your singles, deck boxes, and more from FusionGamingOnline.com. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. Let's see. There we go. Renting cards is the best way to play. It's cheaper. It's a ban list saver. You get to play more decks. You get that competitive edge. Just like a tectonic edge. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_U3V. That's the way it's done. All right, we're back. Looking at the cards. All right, we got to put that. We put Thassa's Oracle here. All right, what else do we got here? Everyone's trying to super chat random stuff onto the list. We got Scott the Dark Knight with Urza High Lord Artificer. Insane card. This card, actually, a lot of people are asking to get banned in Modern because it was just insanely oppressive with, what's it called? Mox Opal and Arkham's Astrolabe. That was the card. So a blue, 2 generic for a 1/4 creature. Enters the battlefield, you get a 0/0 construct. That gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. You can tap any artifact on the battlefield to add a blue mana. This basically is a Tolarian Academy. I mean, this guy is this the headmaster of the Tolarian Academy? The head professor. And then you get pay 5, shuffle your library, then exile the top card. Until end of turn, you may play that card without paying its mana cost. Now, don't be me playing Urza in a deck with counter spells. That's awkward. You pay that 5, you get a counter spell. Well, this sucks. Okay, that was bad deck design on my part. Anyway, it definitely deserves to be on this list. Urza, High Lord Artificer. All right, we got next. We got the Blue Bomber. Oh, my boy, Gray Merchant of Asphodel. What is it? Or no, sorry, it's Gray. GR, because it's Gary. It's Gary. Forgot about that. How can you spell Gray Merchant incorrectly? How could I even fall for the same trick myself? Gray Merchant of Asphodel, 5 mana for a 2/4. Drain and gain based on your devotion to black. The Gray Merchant. Good luck in the voting for Gray Merchant. Pauper staple, though. Pauper staple. And it had its time in Standard. Oh, Meek with the super chat. Thanks so much. You'll add Uro. Uro. Titan of... What was it called? It's not Death's Hunger. It's a different one. Oh, let's get our Uro here. Let's get our Uro on. Here's the list for anyone that wants to know. We have some cards already on this list. Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath, a blue-green, 1 generic 6/6 creature. You gotta sack it, though, unless it escaped. So it means you gotta pay its escape cost from the graveyard. Uro enters the battlefield or attacks. You gain 3 life, draw a card, then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. If it was just 2 of those abilities, this would still be a very good card. But, like, fair. This thing does too much. And it's every single time it attacks. It's not even enter the battlefield thing. Maybe if it only entered the battlefield, that also would be fair. Probably not. Enter the battlefield is, like, insane. Because it enters the battlefield as you cast it. Enters the battlefield again when you escape it. Draw a card, gain life, and get an extra land drop. 2 explores. You could say 2 explores. Alright, we got Uro. Uro. Titan of Nature's Wrath. And it's banned in a lot of formats. Not banned in Commander, though. You like your Uros? Go play it in Commander. The Monocle Rogue. Blightsteel Colossus. Oh, yeah. Nothing says kill you in one shot like Blightsteel Colossus. You see, Emrakul pretends to kill you in one shot, but really she doesn't. Usually takes 2 turns. Blightsteel can get the job done in 1 shot because it's got Trample, Infect, and Indestructible. It's an 11/11 creature. And all you need to do is take 10 Infect. That 11 power, that's overkill. I guess it's just so that you don't chump with some sort of some stupid mana dork or something. Oh, wait, we're going to put Blightsteel. Okie dokie. Well, we got Stetson Hershey. Thank you very much for your super chat. Vexing Devil. Definitely not deserving of this list, but I'll put on here. Let's see who will vote for Vexing Devil. There's maybe enough die-hard mono red fans out there with dreams of Vexing Devil coming back into prominence that they'll vote it all up. Bro, man, this is a pretty serious card. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Thank you very much for the super chat. What did I spell wrong? Dreadhorde. What am I doing wrong? I don't know. I'm spelling this card wrong. All right. Red 1 generic for a 1/3 zombie wizard with trample. Whenever Dreadhorde Arcanist attacks, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost less than or equal to Dreadhorde Arcanist power from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that card would be put into graveyard this turn, exile it instead. So basically, I mean, it's like a Snapcaster Mage, but over and over and over again. And all you have to do is regurgitate the 1 mana cards. The Ponders, the Brainstorms, the Lightning Bolts, the Pyroblasts, the Hydroblasts. All that good stuff. There's a lot of great 1 mana cards. Alright, we'll put Dreadhorde. Dreadhorde. Oh, I put the H in there. Arcanist, alright. I see my mistake. Alright, we've got, we forgot Protein Hulk. No, we got it. Where's Protein Hulk? Right there. There you go, Blue Bomber. So Juice with the Oracle of Alpha on Magic the Gathering Arena. Of the Alpha. Hey, any card qualifies, and if it's powerful enough in a singular particular format, definitely belongs on the list. Oracle of Alpha. Blue 2 generic for a 2/3 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, you conjure the power 9 into your library. Not the power 9 of creatures, just the power 9 of all power 9. That's right. You can just draw it later. What do we got next? Luris definitely deserves to be on this list. Of the Dream Den. The kitty that got banned, what, everywhere? It was even banned in Vintage for some time before they changed the companion rule. The 3/2 lifelinker, which is completely unnecessary. Okay, first off, it's a companion. So it's just an extra card in your hand, effectively. You just have to pay. Just look at it as like a 6 mana card that you can put a down payment of 3 mana on 1 turn and then pay the other cost on the 2nd turn. Then during each of your turns, it's not like Snapcaster Mage, during each of your turns you may cast 1 permanent spell with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard. From your graveyard. This is like Snapcaster Mage for permanents! What were they thinking? What were they thinking? Anyway, yeah, Luris is one of the more insane cards in the history of Magic. Luris! Alright, what do we got next? We did Deathrite Shaman. Gilded Drake. Interesting suggestion. Gilded Drake. The old switcheroo creature. Comes into play, swap it for another creature. Gilded Drake. What do we got next? Oh, that's an interesting one. Ornithopter. A lot of people don't look at this card like it's dangerous. But it's actually this this type of card that it's always there when there's a problem. All right, when a deck is getting broke, or like when there are cards getting banned from a deck, this card is also in the same deck. It's just there. So we'll put Ornithopter on the list. I like... Where did I see? I saw Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, I don't know who said Stoneforge Mystic, but I saw it. I think Stoneforge definitely deserves to be on this list. The 2-mana tutor for equipment cards. It's a 1/2 creature and has been the win condition for any deck with white in like Death and Taxes, Stoneblade decks, Hammer Time decks. Go get hammers, Cauldron Completes, Batter Skulls, Swords. What's it called? Umezawa's Jite, you name it. And you just tutor it directly onto the battlefield. So you tutor for the equipment card put on the battlefield. Has been a win condition for many Magic the Gathering decks for a long time. Also got banned in Standard at the time. Too good for Standard. It was also banned in Modern for a super long time as well. John with the super chat. Thrasios Triton Hero. The hell is this? Oh, the blue-green 1/3. Pay 4, scry 1, then reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap to otherwise draw a card, and as partner. I can't remember, is this a broken card in Commander? Thrasios is sweet. Jesse nominates Yawgmoth, Thran, Physician. Oops. Physicians of the Thran. It's got combos to go with it. Black, 2 generic for a 2/4 pro-human. Pay 1, sack another creature, put a -1/-1 counter on up to 1 target creature, and then draw a card. Black, discard a card, proliferate. The proliferate doesn't matter. If you got like 2 undying creatures, you can basically win the game because they'll get a +2/+2 counter. And you can put the -1/-1 counter on it to nullify the +1/+1 counter, and then keep sacking undying creatures until you win. Oh, this is a great. This is okay. Well, let's get Yawgmoth on here. Yawgmoth. This is a great suggestion. Simeon? Spirit Guide. And I think this is an all-around, multi-format all-star. Like, Commander players and competitive players can feel the squeeze on this one. It's a 2/2/8 for 3 mana. But the real power is you just exile and you add a red mana to your mana pool. Simeon Spirit Guide. We'll have Simeon Spirit Guide represent also Elvish Spirit Guide in this list. Simeon just saw way more play than Elvish Spirit Guide. Alright, what do we got next? We got Value Engine. Prophet of Crufix. The Prophet. The blue-green 3 generic 2/3 creature. Untap all creatures and lands you control during each other player's untap step. You may cast creature cards as though they had flash. Snapband in Commander. The value. Yes, the value. Herbert with the super chat. Keenan. Ooh. Bonder Prodigy. I think one of the best combo cards in Commander. A blue-green 2/2 creature. Whenever you tap an on-land permanent for mana, add 1 mana of any type that permanent produced. That is insane. And this card costs nothing. Costs nothing to get into play. You can pay a blue-green 5 generic. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a non-human creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Were you nuts? Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. I think this card is broken. Bonder Prodigy. It's more like Bonder Master. What the hell? It's absolute nonsense card, in my opinion. All right, what else do we got here? Murktide. Yeah, maybe Murky. Murktide has become like the new. It's like the new True Name Nemesis of True Name Nemesis because it's like 5 mana, really hard to kill. Sorry, 7 mana, really hard to kill. Usually comes into play as a 5/5 creature. You delve it in play. It's got flying. It can get bigger. Murktide makes the list. Okay, let's get True Name Nemesis, I guess, on here. Even though I think this card has gotten significantly weaker from the past. Let's get True Name Nemesis. Enters the battlefield, you choose a player. You have protection from that player. It's a Progenitus on... It's a fishy Progenitus, is essentially what it is. Sebastian nominates Sarah's Ascendant. Is it Sarah Ascendant or Sarah's Ascendant? That was Sarah's Ascendant. Oh no, it is Sarah's Ascendant. All right. The 1-mana, was it a 1-mana 6/6 with lifelink? What a wild card. I can't imagine you're gonna win the game with this card though. But whatever. Yeah, we got Grizzlebrand. Okay, we'll get Braids on here. We'll get Braids Cabal Minion. For them Commander players. Super busted in Commander. 4 mana. You gotta. Every player has to sack something at every upkeep. Sorry, each player sacks artifact, creature, or land. Those are the good things. The important things. Slowly squeeze people. Squeeze them. Squeeze them good. What else we got here? Okay, we're gonna do like 5 more minutes of candidates, and we gotta start voting on this stuff. We got a lot to vote on. Braids is banned in Commander for a reason, and with good reason. I don't know if Peregrine Drake really makes it. It's a little iffy, in my opinion. Is Avacyn like choose a color card? Avacyn. You said Angel of Hope? White, 5 generic for an 8/8 flying vigilant indestructible. No, this is not putting on the list. Not gonna do it. Oh yeah, Iona. Where is it? Iona. Iona's a pretty good creature. Has seen competitive play. There's a lot of Iona cards apparently. Iona Shield. I want the shield. Although this card probably is more banned in Commander for being annoying than actually good. Build your deck around 1 color, you deserve to lose. And by you deserve to lose, I mean I deserve to lose. You guys really want Thalia? Okay, we're gonna put Thalia. What is it? Thalia, Garden of Thraben. I don't think Thalia belongs on the list, but whatever. Thalia is as good as, I guess, the mana efficiency or the number of non-creature spells in the format. Like, if there's a lot of, if it's really mana efficient, Thalia doesn't really do much. It's just a 2. It is a taxer card, though. It is a taxing card. Okay, we have Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. Alright, I think that's going to make our list. Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. Okay, Super Chat's over. Although maybe you can Super Chat to bring some candidates back from the dead to be revoted on. Alright, this is our list that we're voting on. So now it's time to vote skis. So what do we got? What are we starting off here? Okay, I will pull this aside because this is all I need to see. We're gonna start a poll. Start a poll. We're gonna start the poll with things like, we'll put okay, who gets eliminated? What is best? And then I think we're gonna keep like the top 2 over and over again. Triple 3, I'm not putting Ball Lightning on the list, but thank you very much for the super chat. Ball Lightning. Yeah, Ball Lightning. Yeah, no. We should put Golgari. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put Golgari Grave Troll here. That's Golgari Grave Troll. Okay, we all know what Golgari Grave Troll is. It's an emergency. Okay, what is best? Okay, we put Ragavan. We'll put Swift Spear. We'll put Delver. We'll put Kiki G. We'll put, I don't know. Yeah, we'll put Kiki G. Well, maybe we should just go down the list. No, we'll do the list away. Kiki G. Alright, vote away. Remember what's on the list here? We got Ragavan. The 1 mana, effectively the new 1 mana Planeswalker. I mean, this is the card that basically replaced, what's it called? This is a card that replaced, I want to see the results here. That replaced Deathrite Shaman as like the mana ramper. It ramps, it attacks, it does everything. Swift Spear. This is the card. Haste, a hasty creature gets out and deals damage immediately. Really hard to block. really hard to block, has made its own prowess and burn decks based around it. There is no mono red deck that doesn't play mono Swift Spear. Delver, a relic of the past, but still, Delver is synonymous with mana efficiency and just destroying people for 1 mana, and then Kiki Jiki. The combo card. Infamous for the blinkaroonies. Yeah, this is Michael Praise. I love democracy, but I'm gonna stand up like, what's Trump against the voting machines? This voting machine is not rigged. The voting machine is all you guys. So you say chat is rigged. All right, we're gonna end. Okay, we're gonna end the poll after 1 minute, and Delver and Kiki survive, which means Swiss Spear and Kiki and Ragavan survive, which means Delver and the other one gets kicked off. All right, so our next poll is going to be starts. Our next one's going to be Grizzlebrand. Deathrite. We're gonna have Archon. And we could put Solitude. Top 2 survive, bottom 2 get demise. So remember, we were voting on Grizzlebrand here. Big Daddy Grizzlebrand. 7/7 flyer. Draw your entire deck if you can. Yes, stop the count. You're gonna want to say that with Vexing Devil. If Vexing Devil comes out fast, really quickly. It's a tough line. It's gonna get tougher. They get really tough later on. Like, they're gonna get super tough. So we'll devote basically a minute to these. So we got Grizzlebrand, we got Deathrite Shaman, the 1-mana Planeswalker, Archon of Cruelty. Sort of replacing Grizzlebrand in a lot of combo decks these days. And then Solitude. The new force of will for white to deal with the creatures. Dick is like, I don't play Swift Spear. I play Falcon Wrath Pit Fighter. Alright, well, you do you then. You do you, Dick. Deathrite over Solitude? Mental. Yeah, I know. Okay, we got a minute. All right, Archon of Cruelty and Solitude get kicked off. All right, next. We're going to do Protein Hulk. Emrakul. The Ion's Torn, of course. Progenitus. And Grey Merchant. Oops. With the A. Grey Merchant with the A. Alright. Remember, Protein Hulk is the combo card with Flash. But remember, this card's nothing without Flash. However, if you can get this thing in play and it dies, it will combo off for a one-shot kill in millions of different ways. We also have Emrakul, the Ion's Torn. This card in itself. I mean, everyone knows Emrakul. You shout Emrakul, they know what you mean. It means you're gonna have no permanence in play, and you're basically dead. That's what Emrakul means in Magic the Gathering. Progenitus, one of the old school cool ways of cheating a creature in play and feeling like you have no chance, because as protection from everything, you can block it, and it's a 2-turn kill. And then the Grey Merchant, which is Grey Merchant. It's just Gary. The draining and gaining Gary. Energize says, I'll probably have to vote for Momrakul since I know her strength. Absolutely. Blue-white decks have Solitude as their main win con. Yeah, it is. So she attacks. She attacks. She protect. But most importantly, she requires no mana from your deck. There we go. That's how I would put Solitude. All right, Spaghetti is in the lead, and Spaghetti wins. Spaghetti and Protein Hulk proceed. Progenitus and Grey Merchant are out of here. Okay, here's a tough line. Let's put Did we put Primeval Titan on the chopping block yet? Primeval Titan. Hogak. This is gonna be this is a tough one. Urza. High Lord Artificer. And Blightsteel Colossus. This is a tough one. It gets tough. All right, we got the Primeval Titan. The most popular way to tutor lands into play. This is what is this? Everyone's voting for prime time. It is going to be a tough. It's only going to get harder from here. This is a really weird March Madness bracket. We're voting on the Power 9 here. So if you've just got here, we're voting on the Power 9. There might be some room to super chat some other cards back onto this list for voting candidacy, but at the moment we're voting on the Power 9. So we got Primeval Titan. We've got Hogak, which got snap banned in... It's not banned in Legacy. It was snap banned in Modern, but a really good card otherwise. Do people make Hogak commander decks? I don't know. Then we've got Urza. Really insane value card by itself. Easy combo card too. I'm not going to label all the ways of winning via combo, but like makes a ton of mana. Can win with the Thopter Sword combo at the very least. One card win condition. One of the most powerful individual creatures in all of Magic. And then Blightsteel. The one-shot win condition. The largest infector. I think it's the largest infector in the history of Magic. 1 minute is done. We are stopping the count, and Blightsteel steals this from Primeval Titan. Urza and Primeval Titan get voted off the island. Unbelievable. I wouldn't have seen that coming at all. Would not have seen that coming. I didn't vote Urza, but he is closest to literal Power 9. Then you should have voted Urza! Urza's out. Alright, next. We got Thassa's Oracle. We got Uro. We have Vexing Devil. What the hell? And then we have Dreadhorde Arcanist. Vote for your favorites. Robbery! So you're kidding. Don't worry, if you super chat at the end when we get to the Power 9, you can some people can super chat for some of your favorite cards back to be revoted, and if they survive, they survive. It's like real democracy. Bribery can push its way through. I will not stand for this injustice. Oh God. From super hard vote to super oblivious one. Democracy feels good, man. Okay, what are we looking at? We're looking at Thassa's Oracle. The combo card of all combo cards. Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. The greatest value engine that had to get banned in basically every format but Commander. We have Vexing Devil. The worst red card that people love the most in the history of Magic the Gathering. And Dreadhorde Arcanist. One of the most one of the most snowball cards in Magic the Gathering. Alright, and we end the vote. Thassa's Oracle and Uro survive. Vexing Devil. Dreadhorde Arcanist, not so much. All right, next we're going to be voting on Lurrus of the Dream Den, Gilded Drake, Ornithopter, and Stoneforge Mystic. What do we got? Lurrus of the Dream Den. How is Vexing Devil over... Well, people... It's a fan favorite card, that's all. It's a fan favorite card. Alright, we got Lurrus! The Orzhov 1 generic 3/2 companion. That extra card in your hand starting the game. Has lifelink for no reason, and on top of all that value is a Snapcaster Mage for permanents. So the permanents keep entering the battlefield. Now, what else is on? We have Gilded Drake. One of the most popular commander cards. You basically play it and you swipe your opponent's best creature. So you do the old switcheroo. Ornithopter. I want to say this is the most mana efficient 0 mana card, but it is 0 mana. It enables artifact affinity strategies and is always there when other cards get banned. And then we got Stoneforge Mystic. One of the most... basically a card that a lot of other decks build around is a tutor, which, A, is broken. You people love your tutors. Even you commander players can appreciate your tutors. So it's a tutor for the equipment cards, and you can tutor directly onto the battlefield, no matter what it is. Ornithopter is the yeah! Ornithopter is the Moxen of Creature Power 9. I would agree with that, Ralph. I would agree. But it does not seem the rest of chat agrees. And Ornithopter and Gilded Drake get the boot. Lurrus and Stoneforge survive. Alright, we're gonna open up another poll between Thrasios, whatever the hell that is. Commander players know. Yawgmoth, Thran Physician, Simian Spirit Guide, and Keenan. Bonder Prodigy. Go for it. Okay, Thrasios. I don't know anything about this card, to be honest, except as partner. So you can basically have 2 commanders, and maybe this card is, like, really good. And, of course, blue-green, like, one of the, like, the main sort of commander colors you're going to want to have. Why Simian and not Elvish? Simian sees way more play. Elvish, not so much. But we're going to say they're virtually in the same camp. Like, Simian represents the free mana cards. And, yeah, Simian Spirit Guide will represent both Simian and Elvish Spirit Guide. You're also voting on Yawgmoth, Thran Physician. 1 mana combo card. Does anyone play this in Commander? Maybe as a creature. I mean, I'm just talking about, like, as a commander. Is this a good commander? It's mono black. I don't know if mono black is good. You get access to Necropotence. It seems like if you play a monocolor deck, you're sort of pigeonholing yourself unless you're playing some sort of stack strategy. And Keenan, Bonder Prodigy. Just outrageous value card for 2 mana. For 2 mana, you basically can win the game with this stupid thing. Unbelievable. How do you choose the creatures for the polls? You're choosing the cards you want to stay, the cards you want. And we're kicking out the worst 2. And after 1 minute, it would appear... what is it called? Simian Spirit Guide, Yawgmoth wins, Kinnan and Thrasios get kicked off. And we have a huge super chat. Thanks so much. Yesterday, I want to remind you that last week someone had donated on the AI stream for an AI-based card on the custom card subreddit, but I missed the stream. You asked for someone to remind you. No, I needed them to remind me. All right, yes, I do remember. The Magpie avatar person, they still get a free super chat on the next custom card stream. But that, like, they have to do it. They have to be here to remind me. And so it's every second Wednesday. We just had a Wednesday, so they have to wait 2 more weeks. But thank you very much for the reminder. Thrasios is really good in Commander. Yeah, it is. All right, we're almost through all of them, and then it's going to be really hard voting. Start poll. All right, we got next is Murktide. True name Nemesis. Sarascendant. And Braids. Maybe there's enough Commander players here to push Braids up. So you're voting for the card you think is the most powerful. Alpha Nerd says, in my opinion, Master Transmuter is in my Power 9. Thank you very much for the super chat, Alpha. All right, what are you voting on? Murktide, The modern day True Name Nemesis, because at 7 mana, a lot of stuff can't kill this thing, like Lightning Bolt doesn't kill it. If you have enough counters on this thing, then Unholy Heat doesn't kill it. Fatal Push doesn't kill it. So it does dodge a lot of traditional removal from a lot of decks. And it's got flying and it's got delve, so you're basically spending 2 mana on this damn thing, which is cheaper than True Name Nemesis. And then you got True Name Nemesis, who is literally has protection from your opponent. In one-on-one, this card, it danger big time. You can't kill it, you can't block it. You can of course rat the board or make your opponent sack the creature, but outside of that, this thing is basically indestructible. We have Serra Ascendant. This is a funny card. It's a 1-mana 6/6 creature in Commander. Because as long as you have 30 or more life, it gets +5/+5 and have flying. That's wild. Oh yeah, we're gonna finish this in time. Or if I don't, then I'm screwed. And then we have Braids. Probably one of the more oppressive commanders in Commander. Gotta sack your... I mean, if you have like 1 land in play, you're screwed. Turn 1. I mean, you could easily get this thing in play by turn 1 too, couldn't you? I think you can get this thing in play on turn 1 with us. I mean, you'll definitely get in play by turn 2. And if you go first, turn 1 Soul Ring, turn 2 Braids. I mean, they're just dead. They're just dead. All right, and after 1 minute, Murktide and True Name wins, Serra's Ascendant, and Braids get kicked off. And then our... we still have more polls, but this is the last of the candidates, and then they're going to eat each other. We got Iona, Shield of Emeria. We have Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. And then Golgari Grave Troll. This is going to be a slaughter. This is wild. Egoish is like, free Braids. Well, just ask your friends if you can play Braids. Then they'll say no. And then you got the answer. Yeah, she is banned as heck in Commander. Alright, you're voting on Iona. A combo card in a lot of constructed formats for a very long time. It also still sees some play in some sideboards because, hey, if you're just 1 color, you get this thing onto the battlefield, your opponent's done for. They can't do anything. And it's also banned in Commander because it's just annoying as hell. Very, very oppressive to the monocolor decks. But that's their fault. And by them, I mean me. It's my fault too. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. One of the best taxing creatures in the history of the game, because for 2 mana it's a 2/1 and non-creature spells have to cost 1 more, and it has first strike, so good luck attacking into her. She's got no funny business. Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, a new card. I don't even know what the full extent of how powerful this card is, but it is not a symmetrical effect, which makes her broken. Vigilance. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes an ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. If permanents entering the battlefield don't cause abilities of permanents your opponents control to trigger. So basically, if there's like 2 Elish Norns on the battlefield, I guess they just stare at each other like, what is it, Metapods? Metapods? Yeah. Do nothing creatures. Turn 1, Swamp, Dark Ritual, Soul Ring, Braids, Enjoy. Oh yeah, that's right. You can do that, can't you? Forgot about the good old Dark Ritual. Also shows how OP Dark Ritual is. It's a double symmetrical... yeah, it's a double asymmetrical effect. That's broken. Alright, 1 minute is up, and Golgari Grave Troll and Elish Norn survive. Thalia and Iona fans are disappointed. Alright, now 2nd round of voting. This is going to be crazy. We got to narrow this down. Alright, next we got Ragavan into Grizzlebrand into Deathrite Shaman into Kiki Jiki. Go for it. We're probably going to go a little over time to narrow this down. Just a little bit over time, don't worry. I hope you guys are having fun. Makes your Solitude crazy strong and your opponent's Solitude useless. Oh yeah, that's right. Damn, I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. Nikachu, have you ever smoked weed? I have not, actually. I've not indulged. When it gets passed around to me, I just pass it back. Because for me, I'm addicted to winning. It's very important to me. I'm addicted to winning. People are addicted to, I'm not saying you can get addicted to it or whatever, but you know, there's a lot of debate around addiction. I don't make a habit of it. How about that? I don't make a habit of it. I prefer to make a habit of winning. All right, so what are we voting on here, people? We're voting on Ragavan. We're voting on Grizzlebrand. By the way, I also know I don't judge anyone who does indulge. I have tons of friends that do. I wouldn't be in the room if I was offended. Deathrite Shaman and Kiki Jiki. Dawn says lies. Some might say you have to be high if you make a show like this. Alright, 1 minute is up. Grizzlebrand, Ragavan survive. Deathrite Shaman, Kiki Jiki. Hit demise. Alright, we're moving on. We're going with Protein... No, Hogak. Protein Hulk. Emrakul. And Thassa's Oracle. Vote for your favorites. The rest get kicked off. The Gak. You gonna get gacked around here. I like this. I am not high. I'm elevated. Coffee. Okay, that is true. I mean, if there's one drug that I take on an incredibly regular basis, there's not a day that goes by that I don't have coffee. I don't know. I could count on the number of hands that I have that I go through a day without caffeine. I get that caffeine must keep flowing through my veins. My coffee crew. It's flowing through my veins. You're also voting on Protein Hulk. Not exactly the one card win condition, but basically good enough. Emrakul. Oops, how did we get here? Hand to hand. Emrakul. The Aeon's Torn. You're also voting on Thassa's Oracle. The win condition of choice in this world. Oh my god, Hogue. Okay, I'm stopping the count when there's a change. Okay, Thassa's Oracle wins. Which means Hogak and Protein Hulk kick the bucket. All right, next vote. We've got Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. Next up, we have Blightsteel, Colossus, Luris, and Stoneforge Mystic. This is gonna be a tough pull. This is gonna be a tough one. Hogak didn't stay long enough for people to know how broken Hogak is. Well, I mean, like, I think it's not really broken. To be fair, Hogak is not broken in Legacy or Commander, so like in the other formats it is broken. I think even by today's standards it would still be really strong, but not nearly as good as it used to be. Do you know that caffeine has the same effect on spiders than alcohol and weed have on humans? Thanks, weird mangas, for increasing my knowledge of weird stuff. Had no idea. The more you know. Yeah, it's supposed to get harder. I told you, you're gonna have to say goodbye to something. Uro, Titan. You're voting on Uro. The Explorer life-linking, not life-linking, but life-gaining card drawing machine. You can get it over and over again because you keep escaping cards. Blightsteel. When you see this card, you're like, no, don't attack me, please. Please don't kill me. I don't want to get sick. Luris! The most value-centric engine, I think, on the planet. How many formats is this card banned in? Does it say here? There we go. It's banned in Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, and Explorer. If I understand correctly, unplayable in Commander, because there are no such things as companions. And Stoneforge Mystic. A card that millions of decks have been built around. Millions. It's basically like a card that I mean, tutors are banned in Legacy. This is a tutor. And after 1 minute, Lurrus and Uro win Blightsteel, and Stoneforge Mystic get kicked off the island. Alright, next we got Yawgmoth. We got Yawgmoth into Simian Spirit Guide, the free mana card. Prophet of Crewfix. I feel like there's going to be like a battle between the Commander players and the Modern players soon. And then Murktide. Alright. Vote for your favorites. Lutri is banned in Commander. You're allowed companions. Oh, really? Okay. So I can play Lurrus. I just have to make sure my entire deck is has permanents of 2 CMC or less. There are companions in Commander. They just give you a 101 card deck. I thought it was illegal. Okay, so you can have companions, but it requires you to play a 2-mana black-white creature as your commander. So is it like Yorion was illegal, if I understand correctly? Yorion was illegal? Because that forced you to have a larger deck than you were allowed? A reminder of what you're voting on. You're voting on Yawgmoth. The Thran Physician. You're voting on Simian Spirit Guide. That's... People did cast this card! Sometimes you're a combo deck that you just gotta do what you gotta do. Prophet of Crewfix. Is this really power 9 power? I mean, it's insane. I mean, it's good value in Commander, but this card would see absolutely no play in any regular one-on-one competitive format. And then we got Murktide. The new bad boy on the block. Yeah, the Mana Monkey. I like that. Yorion is illegal because min and max is 100 cards. Lutri is banned because it's an instant include. Well, not everyone. Crewfix is so insane in any multiplayer format. Yorion, you can't play. Lutri was banned on release. I believe the companion counts as part of your 100. Alright, 1 minute is passed, and we got... Oh, wait a minute. I can't end the poll yet. Okay, if there's a change between Murktide and Yawgmoth, the winning one wins. It's at 20. It's neck and neck, 24%. Get your votes in, people. Get your votes in. Palpatine depends on you. If you haven't voted, vote for Yawgmoth or Murktide. Yawgmoth wins! I stopped the count. Alright, Yawgmoth wins, which means Murktide and Prophet get booted off. Oops. Don't want to do that. Okay, so now our last few. Start a poll. True name. I knew it takes a long time to do this voting. Elish, Norn, Mother of Machines, and Golgari Grave Troll. And I'm going to add one more. One of the old ones. We'll put Grizzlebrand back. No, we'll put Grizzlebrand back in here. Well, some people felt bad about seeing that Murktide go. List is going quickly, yep. Add Rafellos? I don't think outside of Commander would be that good, though. Okay, we'll have some room to super chat at the end. How long have we got? We're a little over an hour. That's okay. Put Ragavan back in. Alright, so what do we got here? True name. So you people love your Grizzlebrands, and you love your Elish Norns. Why the hell is Elish still in here? It's mid as F. Hey, Commander players. Hey, if you look at reality, there's more Commander players than there are like competitive tournament players. So if that is the main way of playing Magic, and Elish Norn is like a really dominant card in that format, then that's one of the most powerful cards in Magic the Gathering. Can talk about Atraxa versus Grizzle? Nah, not really. I think Atraxa still needs to prove herself. In my opinion. Okay, who are we voting on here? We're voting for True Name Nemesis. Been pretty lazy here. Nemesis. We're also looking at Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, and the Golgari Grave Troll. I don't think Commander players know the wrath of Golgari Grave Troll, but truth be told, Golgari Grave Troll is so similar to another one. It's incredibly mediocre even in Commander, falls off really hard in high power / CEDH. Alright, well, the voting says otherwise. And it's Elish Norn's still there! Elish Norn's still there! Alright, so far, so Golgari gets voted off. True Name Nemesis gets booted off big time. Alright, so far this is our Power 9, right? Ragavan, Grizzlebrand, Emrakul, Thassa's Oracle, Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath, Lurrus, Yawgmoth, Simeon Spirit Guide, and Elish Norn. Is there anyone want to super chat some creatures back on here to maybe boot something off? If I get nothing, this is the Power 9. If I get nothing, this is our Power 9. Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. People love this card. You always notice when Elish Norn hits the board. Alright, you'll always notice. Birds of Paradise is not Power 9 worthy. Now there's Ball Lightning. What do you people are nuts? Justice for Deathrite Shaman. Anyone could super chat Deathrite Shaman back on. It's not a terrible list. It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird, but whatever. Yeah, no Hogak or Grave Troll. Uro the Spirit Dragon. Uro the Spirit Dragon. Alright, I will not put up with the injustice of Urza. Alright, so we are going to put Urza back on. Thank you very much for Scott the Dark Knight. So Urza is going to compete. You should also say what you want to vote against. Deathrite Shaman on Mother of Runes? You people are not... Okay, we'll have all these things on. But we also have to vote something else in there. Mother of Runes wasn't even a candidate in the first place. Okay, so what are we going to do? We'll put plus, start a poll. Oh god. Okay, we'll have one more poll here. Okay, we'll put all 4 of these on. Thank you very much, everyone, for your super chats. Okay, Urza. High Lord Artificer. Mother of Runes. Deathrite Shaman. This might be a really long show. But whatever, it's making me money, so F it. Oh, Deathrite Shaman, that was a big super chat. Thank you very much, Can't Even Fly. And Omnath, Locus of Creation. Alright. Vote away, my coffee crew. Oh god. We're gonna vote other ones like Dryad Arbor. So we're gonna get cards on the list, and then they're gonna compete with cards off the list. Oh, Meek likes the idea of that Dryad Arbor on there. Sir Bent. Honestly, Tegrid, God of Fright, is more of a buggy man than Elish Norn. Alright. So what are you saying? You want Turgrid on there? Bro man gonna fight for Golgari Grave Troll. Justice for the Shaman. Okay, so what are we getting on here? We have Urza. High Lord Artificer. You should also say what you think it's better than, so I'll, like, compete with it later. Mother of Runes. This is Mom, right? Good old Mom. Tap, target creature gains protection of color. Deathrite Shaman. I got voted off unfairly. And then Omnath. Locus of Creation. The Locus of Creation. Enters the battlefield, draw a card. Land enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. If a second land enters the battlefield, you get 4 mana. If a third land enters the battlefield, you deal 4 damage to what? Each opponent and the planeswalkers. Is the Traxxas on there? Nope. No, Traxxas is not even on here at all. And after a minute, Deathrite Shaman and Urza get back on the list. Urza and Deathrite Shaman, welcome back. Artificer and Deathrite Shaman. Alright, what else do we want on here? You guys want Dryad Arbor. Oops, what am I doing? Dryad Arbor. You want Academy Rector. Thank you very much, everyone, for your super chats. I really appreciate it. Oh, this is the, that's the tutor, right? Academy Rector. You want Tegrid in here? If I understand that correctly? I don't even know what this is. Or Turgrid. Turgrid! God of Fright. And Golgari Grave Troll. Justice for Golgari Grave Troll. Alright, vote away. David J with the super chat. Thanks so much. Yorion isn't banned in Commander. You just can't play it as a companion, but you can play it as a commander or 99. Lutri is banned in Commander. Oh, so you want Lutri. Okay, so I think you want Lutri onto the list. Can I have Craterhoof fight the Simian Spirit Guide? Alright, yeah, you can have it. Okay, so what are we voting on here? We're voting for Dryad Arbor. Dryad Arbor is the land that looks like a forest. Academy Rector is the, I think, 4-mana white tutor. It's a 1/2 creature. When it's put in the graveyard from play, you can exile Academy Rector, and then you search your library for an enchantment card, and you put it to play! Oh my god, that's a bit broken. And Turgrid, the hell is that? I don't even know what this card is. Black 3 generic for a 4/5 god with menace. Whenever an opponent sacks a non-token permanent or discards a permanent card, you may put that card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. There's an artifact on the other side. Target player loses 3 life unless they sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card, and you can pay 4 mana. Untap Turgrid's Lantern. Interesting. Interesting stuff. And then Golgari Grave Troll. The centerpiece of the most dangerous deck in Magic the Gathering ever, which is Dredge. And the winners are Turgrid and Golgari Grave Troll. Turgrid, god of, what is it, Fright? And Golgari Grave Troll. Okay, what are the other ones? Okay, so we want... you guys want... What's it called? Lutri. Okay, Lutri versus Craterhoof Behemoth. Okay, and then we're going to... It's going to compete with something on the list already. It'll compete with, let's say, Yawgmoth and Uro. There we go. And then we're going to have to eat away the... Okay, I think that's going to be all the super chats. Well, maybe I'll make an exception if it's big enough. Vote away, people. You people in your bop. Land where elves would beat... What the hell is going on here? I'm once again asking you to consider Birds of Paradise. Turgrid is worse than Elesh. Well, we'll put it in the same flight then. We'll put him in the same flight. Yeah, Lutri. That's a card, right? Lutri? Yeah, that's the one. Lutri. Wow, Craterhoof Behemoth's beating out Yawgmoth. Wow, get out of there, Yawgmoth. Unbelievable. Why is Lutri here? Because someone super chatted it. Maybe they didn't mean to. but I'm putting it on because I saw the word Lutri, or the name Lutri, in the super chat. Thank you very much, David, by the way, for your super chat. Yeah, the commander players. Hey, oh, behold the commander players. As I said last time, Uro is having your cake and eating it too and getting a second cake for good measure. And a third cake. And it looks like after the voting, Yawgmoth gets booted for Craterhoof Behemoth. Unbelievable. All right, so we get Craterhoof Behemoth. And we're going to get rid of Yawgmoth. Okay, so how many? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're not done yet. We have to narrow this down. All right, 2 more. Yeah, Hogak got booted. Okay, tell me what you think are the 4 worst cards on this list. And we'll put them up for voting. The 4 worst ones. If that one card that can conjure the power 9 gets into the power 9, does it self conjure? I don't know. That got booted, didn't it? It got booted. Okay, can't even fly. Thank you very much for the super chat. Deathray needs to fight Ragavan since it's his weaker replacement. All right, that will at least be on here. How about that? Start a poll. Deathrite Shaman. Ragavan. But there can be 2 Ragavans, you know. Nimble, Pilfer. Elishnorn and Craterhoof. Okay, we'll put put Craterhoof and Tegrid. Okay, how Craterhoof and what is the worst? I don't know. I guess Elishnorn? Mother of Machines. This is gonna be a tough one. This is gonna be a tough one. Can I put more poll in? How much can I poll here? Hold on, I'm gonna stop it. I just want to see how many I can poll. I'm gonna end that poll. Start a poll. So we have Ragavan, Deathrite, Shaman. It used to be 4. If I can put more, I'll just put a bunch of them. Deathrite Shaman. What do we have? Elish, Norn, Mother of Machines. Oh yeah, it's still 4. And Craterhoof. Okay, that's it. That'd be it. David says, I wasn't commenting on the poll. I was commenting because someone said that Yorion is banned in Commander. It is not. Well, I said it was illegal. I couldn't tell. Oh yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't banned, but it is illegal to play. Just pull all and the lowest 4 get booted. Yeah, but it would I can't pull them all. I get voted for. I can only vote for. Seems Spirit Guide by far the weakest. It's part of the most broken decks, though, Tommy. It's part of a lot of really broken decks. Well, this is a lot closer. Ragavan and Deathrite Shaman. How about this? The lowest one is getting booted. We're not going to take out 2 because now the poll is getting really sensitive. The lowest one is getting booted. And it's going to be Craterhoof Behemoth. So Craterhoof gets eaten off. Okay, what are 4 that we haven't mentioned yet? Okay, we'll put Grizzlebrand. So we'll do Grizzlebrand. Start a poll. What do I keep? Those 2 names. Emrakul. What else? We'll put Simian Spirit Guy in there. And hell, we'll put Turgrid. Well, there we go. Give Thoracle another vote. I'll give Thoracle another vote. We'll give Thoracle at least 1 more vote. Although I'd be surprised if it got booted off. I'd be very surprised. All right, the lowest one is getting booted off. So we're voting on Grizzlebrand. We're voting on Simian Spirit God. Big Mama. Emrakul should go up against was it Elish Norn, the mom versus mom. How many moms are in this game? We have Mother of Runes, Emrakul, Elish Norn. A lot of mommies in this game. And Turgrid. Doesn't look like Turgrid is holding a candle to this lineup. How did Vengevine is not... It's a good card. Yeah, mom versus mom. Let's go. All right. Turgrid gets voted off. Okay, what else do we have to do? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 2 more to vote off. So we'll put Thassa's Oracle. We'll put... Did we put Uro in that last one? We did not. Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. We'll put Lurrus. Was Seaman Spirit Guide in that one? Yeah, it was. We'll put Lurrus, and we'll put Golgari Grave Troll. Here we go. Where's the Stormcrow? Daniel, thank you so much for your super chat. Hasran Ogress is the #1 mom. What the hell is that? Hasran Ogress. The moms of Magic the Gathering. Black 3/2. Whenever Hasran Ogress attacks, it deals 3 damage to you unless you pay 2. What a weird card. Okay, you're voting on Thassa's Oracle. Uro. You're voting on Lurrus of the Dream Den. And you're voting on Golgari Grave Troll. I'm just thinking of cards that see play in Vintage, and Vengevine is a staple there. Yeah, but like, there's more to Magic than just, like, there are some staples in Vintage that are just very situational to Vintage that don't see a whole lot of play outside of it. I would say Vengevine is a pretty good card, though, but it is held back big time by hate cards. That mom is quite revealing. All right, Golgari Grave Troll gets booted out. Okay, what's gonna be our last 4? Okay, this is the last vote. We've got 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What do you guys think are the weakest cards to be put on the last and final poll? Start a poll. Maybe give me your votes for the worst cards on this list. Here, I'm gonna put the list back up. Give me your what you guys think are the worst with the worst cards, and we'll vote off the worst one. Oops, there's a Ragamon here. Some say Simian Spirit Guide, some say Urza, some say Elish Norn, some say Deathrite Shaman. Elish. A lot of people are like hating on. Okay, can Mom survive one more vote? Whoops, there's nothing to vote here. Start a poll. There's nothing here. End poll. Start a poll. Okay, here we go. Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. On the chopping block. Grizzlebrand, I'm seeing Belly Elish Norn. Everyone's like Norn. Some people for Deathrite. Alright, Deathrite Shaman. One more time. Simian Spirit Guide. Alright, Commander players, you have to defend the honor of Commander here. And there's no... so we have a lot of people for Deathrite. A lot of people for Simian Spirit Guide. A hell of a lot of people for Elish Norn. We need one more. One more clear one. What clearly should be re-put on the list? Okay, this is the second one I've seen for Urza, so we'll put Urza back on the list. All right! The least voted on card is getting booted off. Sliver Queen just squeezing in there at the end. It's been quite a roller coaster. We're voting on Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. We're voting on Deathrite Shaman. If you're a commander player, you got to get in there. Support your mama. You got to support mommy over there. We're voting on Simian Spirit Guide. And we're voting on Urza, High Lord Artificer. Yeah, vote on what you want to keep. Lowest vote is out. Lowest vote is removed. Would you guys not understand the voting process? How many people not understood? You're voting on... Okay, hold on. Maybe we'll redo the vote. If you people did not understand. Isn't Deathrite Shaman banned in everything but Commander? No, it's legal in Pioneer. People are voting their number 1 card instead of the number 3. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'll stop the vote. We'll do this again. And I'll put clearly. Start poll. Vote what you want to keep. Not what you're we're not voting anything off here. The lowest vote gets lost. Lowest vote is kicked out. Okay, Deathrite Shaman. Now the instructions, I hope, are very clear. Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. Simian Spirit Guide. And Urza. High Lord Artificer. Alright, I hope the instructions are very clear. This is the last. This is it. It's it! It's not going anywhere further. You need to vote who gets voted off. People are saving Norn. No, you vote for what you want to keep. The lowest vote gets kicked off. I'm keeping it the same way we did it the entire way. The Spirit Guide on its own is not that good. Well, I mean, nothing on its own is that good. Deathrite, well, I guess a pile of Deathrite Shamans can probably kill you. Probably can't. It can get the job done. Did Dockside? Dockside wasn't even nominated. Dockside, I'm sure I'm gonna get some comment in the comments section. Like, where's Dockside? Dockside wasn't even nominated. How do you guys actually think Norn is stronger than... Ah, you people. But a deck without Spirit Guide is really, really bad. Yeah, that's another way of looking at it. Simian Spirit Guide is the worst in a vacuum. Okay, look. In theory, like, Black Lotus is terrible in a vacuum. Or even Moxen. It's just mana. You can't win with just mana. But it's accelerated mana, right? It's accelerated mana. Where's the Merfolk Pirate? Oh, you mean, Hull Breacher? No, didn't even get nominated. Yeah, I was just thinking about that Dockside. I think we did that with one of these other Power 9 videos. Alright, I think that's it. Simian Spirit Guide gets voted off! Alright, and that's it. This is your Power 9. We've got Ragavan. Where's the music? Whoops, no, wrong music, sorry. Alright, your Power 9 people is Ragavan, Nimble Pilfer, Grizzlebrand. You got yourself Emrakul. We got 2 moms on here. Emrakul, the Ion's Torn. Thassa's Oracle. You got Uro. I'm surprised that one made it. I know it's a good card, but I don't know. I thought there was a lot better out there. Luris of the Dream Den. Elish Norn, the mommy of machines. No, Elish Norn. Mother. Here we go. And Urza. Urza got kicked off, re-put back on, and then survived the test of time. And then lastly, Deathrite Shaman. Alright, that's it. We got it. Yeah, congratulations, Democracy. Congratulations also to Emperor Palpatine. And congratulations to all of you guys for being here. So as usual, we do this Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thanks everyone for, I hope everyone enjoyed the super long show today. It's really fun when we are voting on things like crazy. Thanks for all the support, all the super chats, everyone who's a member on YouTube and also a patron on Patreon. If you want to support the channel, links to that are in the description. But thank you very much for all being here. Because without you guys, we wouldn't have so much fun like this. You guys determined this Power 9 of creatures in Magic the Gathering. I didn't do it, you guys did it. So thank you very much for being a super big part of the show. And as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves and I will see you at the next cup.